This is a weird animal, it has 12 legs and 2 heads. When it walks, you have no idea if it is walking forward or backward. Suddenly, it gets swallowed by a tree next to it. Kane and Harry are shocked, they have never seen anything like them. Just then, Harry seems to have stepped on something. He looks down and it's a big bug. Soon, some other bugs come around, then they eat the corpse. Obviously, these are some very vicious creatures, otherwise, they won't eat their own kind. And it all started a few days ago. On this night, Wayne is practicing first aid with a mannequin in the countryside. Suddenly, a meteorite from the sky falls rapidly towards him. Wayne is terrified, he leaves everything behind and desperately tries to escape. Then the meteorite hits the ground. His car is blown away, it spins a few times in the air before hitting the ground. After being hit by the meteorite, a big crater appears on the ground. The next morning, biologist Kane and geologist Harry find the meteorite cave. Both of them are professors at a nearby university, and they both saw the falling meteorite last night, so they come to study it. They are surprised to find that moss has already grown on the meteorite, but it has only been on Earth for a few hours. Harry hits it a few times with a hammer, he discovers that the meteorite is actually bleeding. So they take a sample of the meteorite, which they bring back to the university lab for research. Kane is shocked to find single-celled organisms in the sample, and they are rapidly dividing. Soon, the cells even broke the glass. Kane immediately analyzes the cells with his computer, and he finds that these cells have 10 DNA bases, which means that these cells do not belong to Earth. A few hours later, when Kane observes them again, he finds that they have turned into multicellular organisms. These alien cells have accomplished 200 million years of human evolution in just a few hours. The next day, Kane and Harry decide to go to the meteorite cave again, intending to conduct further research. When they enter the cave, they find that the place has changed quite a bit. They feel like there are some things on the ground, so Kane clears the fog. He finds the ground covered with worms, which is quite disgusting. He picks up a worm and a strange thing happens, the worm soon dies because it doesn't adapt to the air of Earth. They take a few worms back to do research, then discover that the creature can reproduce by dividing itself. If this continues, the consequences will be unimaginable. A few days later, Kane and Harry want to enter the cave again. But this time, they find the whole crater area has been surrounded by an army. They then meet with the general, who says that the army has now taken over the place. The scientific research will now be led by Dr. Allison from CDC, and Kane and Harry are then driven out. The two return to campus and find that the general has stolen all their research records. They are outraged, the meteorite was first discovered by them, and they want to continue with their research. At night, the two disguise themselves as military officers, and they successfully enter the camp. After that, they then change into specialized protective suits and take an elevator to the cave. They are dumbfounded, it's only been a few days and the cave has turned into a rainforest. It is full of exotic flowers and plants, and there are animals everywhere. Just as Harry is trying to catch a creature, a claw hits it. They are frightened, it turns out to be a much larger creature. But then they find that the creature's buttocks are actually growing on its head, they are amused. Just then, an alien bee spots Harry and slowly lands on his body. It cuts open Harry's protective suit and gets in. Soon Harry feels something and he panics. Suddenly, he feels a sharp pain in his buttocks, the bee has entered his body. Kane immediately takes Harry to a doctor. The bee is slowly moving down in Harry's leg, the doctor recommends immediate amputation, or it will be life-threatening. Harry says no, please don't cut off my leg. Suddenly, the bee turns around and moves in the direction of his testicles. Harry immediately says, quick, please cut my leg. But then the bee changes direction again, it goes to Harry's buttocks. This time, the doctor finally takes the bee out. Meanwhile, the alien creatures are starting to appear in the city. Just as the woman is about to shoot, the little monster dies because it doesn't adapt to the air of Earth. Kane and Harry arrive at the scene, where they find that the monster was actually coming out of the ground. So they go to an open space outside the house to check it out, and they are shocked by what they see. The place is full of dead bodies of alien creatures, and they are all as big as dinosaurs. Just then, a creature stands up, struggles to spit an egg out of its mouth, and then it dies. Then a baby dragon breaks out of the egg, and in less than a minute it grows several times bigger. The scary thing is, this one actually adapts to the air here on Earth. It then waves its wings and flies in the direction of the city. It eventually flies into a shopping mall, scaring people around, and it even catches a woman. Fortunately, Harry saves the woman. Right after that, Kane kills it with a few shots. Meanwhile, the military makes a significant discovery that primates have already evolved in the cave. These alien apes destroy all the security cameras, then jump out of the cave. Apparently, the military has lost control of the place, so they decide to wipe everything out with a bomb. But when the bomb explodes, the flames and energy are absorbed by the alien creatures. Then all the alien creatures merged into a mountain-sized monster. The monster can destroy a village with a single slap. Suddenly, a fire truck comes over. It is Kane and Harry. After experiments, they learned that alien creatures are afraid of shampoo. So they collected shampoo from the city, then filled the fire truck with shampoo. They drive the fire truck to a place under the monster, then stick the hose into its body. As the shampoo is pumped into the monster, its body is twisting like crazy. Not long after, it explodes in front of everyone. I'm Movie Ape, thanks for watching.